News Extra Time, and with our program, here's Kevin Mooney.
Thank you very much, Dennis. Good morning, everyone. Rick Kuckkahn is here, former Scottsbluff city manager, now in charge of special projects over with the city. One of his special projects is to educate you folks on this extra sales tax you're going to be voting on tomorrow, LB 357. So how you doing?
Great, thanks.
Yeah.
Nice to be here.
You got a different office, different responsibilities?
Completely
Kinda cool,
different.
Huh?
It is. It's great.
All right. So tell us about LB 357, what we're going to be voting on tomorrow.
Well, the ballot question is pretty straightforward. Yes, if you want to have a half-cent sales tax added to the current sales tax. No, if you don't. I think the most important thing to remember is that we have a series of road projects here in town that need to be completed, and it's really a choice of how we fund those road projects. And this was viewed as one optional way of doing that.
Yeah. So it basically comes down to here, you vote for the extra half-cent sales tax that provides about $1.8 million for you guys every year.
Mm-hmm.
Or you decide, or the city council says, well, if we're going to do 42nd Street for $4 million, we're going to have to add it to the property tax.
Right, that's the option. Really, the only viable option, because these projects are so expensive that the property tax is really the only viable option. So, and that doesn't require a vote of the people. I think one of the great advantages of the sales tax versus the property tax is that in the case of the sales tax, it's about 10 cents on a $20 purchase, but it includes everybody in the entire region, the entire service area. Some 50,000 people would be helping to pay for this, versus a property tax where you have only residents within the city limits paying for it. So you can imagine $1.8 million a year over a 10-year period adds up pretty quick, and that would be a pretty significant hit on the property tax. Obviously, the council would have to approve that increase in property taxes, but again, the half-cent sales tax bringing in the entire region seems to be a much better way, a much better option.
Yeah, no question. We got people from Wyoming, we got people from all over paying for it.
Right, yeah. You're bringing in Colorado, Wyoming, any of the surrounding states, and obviously those folks who are living outside of the city limits in the county and in Scottsbluff County, helping to pay for roads that, after all, they use.
And they're going to be fixed somehow.
Well, yeah,
sooner or later, you got to fix them. Right?
Absolutely, you can't put these kinds of things off. And we all see the potholes that develop over the years. And at some point, it's like a car; it gets worn out, and you just have to really do an overall kind of replacement. You've got to buy the new car, or you've got to really resurface and redo the entire structure of the road. So that's where we're at.
All right. We'll take a break. Be back right after this.
Jerry Vapp is our experienced and trusted voice for Nebraskans on the Public Service Commission. Jerry Vapp worked hard to enhance education opportunities for children, expand broadband access, and improve public safety by upgrading our E911 system. Jerry Vapp protected our farmers with better grain elevator standards. Jerry Vapp has the integrity and commitment to serve us.
This is Jerry Vapp. I'm honored to serve you on the Public Service Commission and would appreciate your vote on May 10th. Paid for by Jerry Vapp for Public Service Commission.
All right, back on News Extra. Rick Kuckkahn is here to talk about the LB 357 ballot measure. We're considering tomorrow, if you're a Scottsbluff resident, it's a simple vote, yes or no, to add this extra half-cent sales tax for these roads, this infrastructure. Community Redevelopment Authority, where do they come in on this?
Well, a small portion of this may be dedicated to Community Redevelopment Authority. The council would have to vote for a funding of that authority. What it really involves is an agency of the city that is able to redevelop property within the community, and that's primarily projects or things like a dilapidated business, a dilapidated home can be torn down. The property then becomes available for future commercial development and growth. So it's kind of like wiping out the bad stuff and hopefully then attracting some new into the community. As I said, the council has to authorize any of that funding, and it is a very small portion, 18%, up to 18% of the total $1.8 million. The council is talking more in the 12% range, so it's a couple $100,000 a year that may be used for redevelopment.
All right. But again, the big thing here is these roads are going to have to be fixed. In the past, Mark Bull's been good about getting federal money when we
really
had
good about
stimulus
it.
money and all
Absolutely.
that kind of stuff. That's not available anymore. So
Yeah,
it's either property tax or this additional half cent.
Yeah,
sales
we've
tax.
been lucky over the years to have those kind of grants from the federal government, and we've been able to do these sorts of projects. But now it's a matter of, do we draw from the entire region, our service area, or do we draw this money from just Scottsbluff residents? And we're thinking the sales tax, the half-cent sales tax, is really a much better way for us to fund these necessary projects.
All right. So yes or no vote tomorrow. Make sure you know what you're voting on. If you need any more information, it's on the website, on the city website.
Scottsbluff.org.
All right. Very good. Thanks, Rick, for coming in.
Thank you.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
Celebrating May, National Beef Month. This is 960 KNEB, Scottsbluff Gearing, your trusted voice for news.